Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, viewers. Welcome to the next installment of the Youth Academy Challenge with Whitby, the Seasiders. Today we're starting off the video with Stevie White, not because he performed so well, because when we're looking at his stats, he performed below average, but because he came out as gay. I'm going to put the screenshot now of the email that I got, that Stevie White came out as gay. I've never had that happen before, even though it could happen. It just randomly, beginning of the season, just came out as gay. I read online that apparently it boosts your sales and like more fans turn up and whatnot, so that's pretty cool that we got that for free. Shame he's not the best footballer, and if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't keep him because he's been a bit smelly this season. 3 red cards and he decreased as a footballer in general. He's 26 years old now, so in his prime. But yeah, that's Stevie White, and I will see you in this season's Youth Academy. And it's everybody's favourite day of the year. It's not Christmas, it's better. It's Youth Intake Day. We have a so-called Golden Generation. I'll put up the screenshot for the preview, as I always will, to show you if it actually lives up to the hype. This time, it did. It's exactly what it promised. So what we're looking for is big defenders and an attacking midfielder. I think those are the two, and maybe a CDM. Actually, we're looking for everything in a team, let's be honest. We don't have any outstanding players in any position. We're weak everywhere. So hopefully we can get one. Our best player in this intake is Kyle Baptiste. Or Baptiste? Well, I don't know, we have to decide on that in the comments. And yeah, we'll start off at the bottom with the weakest. We have Neil Smith, or Neil Smith. It's Neil. Smelly, not that big. Injury prone. Stands to the side of the goal. He's not even in the goal with his free positioning. The less said about him, the better. Everyone is still going to get youth contracts. We'll give everyone an equal opportunity to try and develop their skills and whatnot, but that's a bit disappointing. Mark Richardson, 5'11", centre-back, right-back. Not the big man I was hoping for, unfortunately. Physically an abomination. Why do we always get the slowest defenders? My god. It bums us, because I tried to play a high-pressing tactic, and I can't... Well, if I go to a highest defensive line, over the top ball, our defenders are stuck in mud against, like, we played against a player, I forgot what club he played for, and he's in our league. He has 16 pace, 16 acceleration, 16 finishing. I thought this was a Premier League player, but he signed for a Rowan National South team, and he destroyed us. And the Mark Richardson is not a player to stop him, unfortunately. But the search continues for a good defender. Justin Greeny, please. 6'3". Okay, we got a big person to stand at the back. 13 jumping reach was more than enough. Tackling of 9, hit marking 10, heading 9. Okay, positioning 6. He stands in the wrong place. He can't really read the game very well, but he can stand close next to someone, and that's good. And he can tackle kind of good. Again, slow as something. Marks opponent tightly. That's pretty cool. And ambitious. Stinks, but determination 15, work rate 7. He actually might develop. I think the star potential, that's a shame. If he had a bit more potential, I think he would have been a standout player for this youth intake, even before looking at the rest. Jacob Evans, ooh, 6'2" right back, and pacey. See, I was going to suggest centre back, pretty tall, pacey. 4 marking. 4 positioning, 6 tackling. No, this is not a centre back, not at all. He is a wing, a fullback, 100%, and he can play both sides. Although he has a weak left foot, which is a bit stinky. He kind of can cross the ball. 16 years old, balanced personality. No, that's interesting. If he develops just slightly, if he learns how to, defend in any way, shape, or form, he might be pretty decent. Just pace alone might get him into the starting 11. We need backups in those positions because, yeah, we're struggling big time. So that was Jacob Evans. If we look at Remy Butterfield now. Okay. Pace. Tries to play out of trouble. He doesn't got the passing nor the vision. Just he stands off the, he stands next to the bench. He is not ever in the right position, which is, well, I think apparently it only influences defensive positioning. Like as a centre back, is he way out of line and keeping players on side, all that stuff. Had a bit of a brain fart there. We do utilise inside forwards, however, clearly Remy Butterfield is not an inside forward. He's quick, he's fickle, which is a bit smelly. Decently determined and works kind of hard. Maybe he might develop, actually. I mean, mentally, he needs... Jesus Christ, 2 decisions, brother. How did you get... How did you get to the training field if you can't make the right decision where to turn and all that stuff? I mean... Smelly. Okay, Remy Butterfield, he can run quick, same-ish, but overall pretty smelly. Now we're on to the elite talents. Okay, where do we start? I guess with all the 1-star rated players, we'll start at the bottom. Lewis Barrett pressing forward. He's not pressing very hard because he's not chasing people very quickly. He's 5'11". He's a bit of a leader, determined-ish. Work rate 6, balanced personality. They say he can play cam. Can't pass, nor can he see a pass, really. He doesn't move off the ball. No composure. A bit of a nothing player. Because, I mean, he can kind of finish. I guess he will be a future backup striker / cam if we, like an emergency backup if we ever need one. Probably won't make an appearance for the starting 11 in the near future. Unless something goes horribly wrong. And that's Lewis Barrett for you. Apologies, I had to make a quick cut there. But our next player to review is David Durham. Now, what can we say about David? He can take a pretty good penalty. He's got above average first touch, to be fair to him. Makes okay decisions. Will he be anywhere in the starting 11? He might be. I don't know. He's not really a great ball-winning midfielder, nor is he a deep-line playmaker. I don't see him being a cam. What do we do? If you have any suggestions, by the way, what I should do with any of these players based on the attributes that you can see here, if you think they can play better in any position, maybe this guy's a hidden gem at fullback or probably on the bench, to be honest, with David Durham. Disappointing, really. But luckily he doesn't have a DM here, Graham Keegan, so that's going to be interesting. He's 2 stars, so he's technically one of the best players in the academy, or coming through. Next, let's look at Nikolai Peeve. He's not going to be nothing, is he? Actually, maybe. He's got okay determination and work rate, but he's fickle. So one day he's going to decide he wants to train, one day he's going to decide he hates me, he hates life. I mean, he's got no... He's just a really angry Bulgarian man who starts his run off quick. And he works... He's got the heart, kind of, but that's where it really ends. Nikolai's probably not going to make into starting 11 anytime soon, God forbid. No, like, forgive me, but... Carlos Alberto Robles, that's the cool name. I like that. Carlos Alberto, like the icon for Brazil, or at least in FIFA. I don't know much about Carlos Alberto, but anyways, this is a different Carlos Alberto Robles, his Mexican illegitimate son, who hasn't picked up his father's talent, and he's a bit injury prone. He is balanced. He's not the biggest. Maybe a ball-winning midfielder. His marking and position's too low for its centre back, and he's not the biggest, and he's not got the jumping reach to cover the. He's not like Ramos. I think Ramos is only like 6 foot, but a beast in the air. I don't think he's going to be that. However, that being said, he's got okay passing. He needs a pair of glasses, and then maybe he makes okay above average decisions with a bit of development in the youth academy. He might be a decent ball-winning midfielder, actually. I think that's the direction we're taking with, and he can obviously offer coverage if he gets a bit of pace at fullback, and then centre back if needs be. So that's Carlos Robles. Maybe there's stuff we can do with him. He might be useful in the future. We just don't know. Is that every 1.5 star rated player? Star rated, sorry. Yeah, and Kyle Baptiste, despite his star rating, what's the word? Is singled out as a diamond in a very strong group of players, as they put it. Baptiste, so we will leave him to the end, but I doubt he will be that spectacular. So 1.5 star rated players now, not 5-star potential, but Leo Lloyd, a Welsh striker, poacher, so expecting good finishing. Okay, 12 finishing, that's good. 8 first touch, 7 dribbling's not the worst. 7 composure, okay. Oh, 6'7". 16, 6'7". Jesus Christ. 6'7" at 16, this guy's playing the wrong sport. His parents have taken him to basketball trials. This is, I've never, a 10 off the ball is actually pretty good. He might be a viable option up front. Especially as we now have moved price. McHale's actually doing okay. And Jermaine's been doing okay as well. But he can also play inside forward, and this could be our third choice striker, Leo Lloyd. I think he'll try to move himself on the spot as a 6'7" monster mammoth. The Magnifico. I mean, can't pass. He's not really strong, so he's not going to hold up the ball. Fairly sporting, so he's going to, if he pushes someone over accidentally, he will help them back up. But okay, he'll score some goals and he will be a nuisance for the opposition, which makes me very happy. And who knows, might even score from a corner, because that'll be a sight to behold. Actually very excited by Leo Lloyd. He's a player that we probably would have been looking to sign in the early days of the Gillingham Giants, say for those who know, they know. Next, Charlie Christie, good alliteration. Whoa, 6'4", fullback, left back. Might even be a centre back, I'll be honest. I mean, the marking, passing and tackling is a bit smelly. The pace is smelly. But the jumping reach is good. The defensive stats are okay. He works as a team. He's a leader. He could be a leader at the back. Decent passing. Decent, like, he is pretty well rounded on the whole. 4.5 stars potential. But with younger players, they tend to the star ratings tend to change because it's too early in the game for them to really be able to show you how good they may be. But this is a good start. No nonsense centre back as well. 1 flair. Okay, I mean, yeah, he's a bit lanky. 6'4", 75 kg. Injury prone. That's a bit concerning. Determination 6. Yeah, so he's not going to be developing as quickly or as intently. But Charlie Christie is another option at the back. And even left back coverage if ever the situation arises where we need him at left back. That's actually not a bad pull from the youth academy. Charlie Christie, more than happy to have him. Keegan Casey up next. 5'5", New Zealand, and that's pretty much where it ends. Unless I'm missing something. Okay, passing, above average vision, no physicals pretty much. Good-ish dribbling. He makes okay. He might be a cam actually. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to train him. He's not quick enough to be a winger nor an inside forward with 7 finishing. But with the decisions passing being okay, quite agile. No, not agile. He's got good balance, I guess. Keegan Casey. But yeah, I see him as an attacking midfielder centre more than on the wing. I think we'll see how he does. We'll monitor him. Connor Scullion is... Yeah, he's the last one, right? Is he the last one of stars for missing one? No, okay. Connor Scullion. Nothing jumps out at me except for the 14 balance, and he's predetermined. Doesn't even work super hard to develop. I don't think he's gonna be anything special. I don't see a position for him in our team, so he's just going to be in the youth academy under 18s until we probably unfortunately release him. Poor guy. Is he Scullion? That's the last one, right? Okay, we now got two star rated players and then Baptiste. So David O'Brien, another midfielder. Oh god, I thought that was 15 pace. Oh, if this was 15 pace, he'd be the best player in our team automatically. 14 acceleration, 10 pace is not bad. Can he be anything special? No, I think having a quick look at him, I don't think. I mean, balanced personality is okay. Teamwork. No, he's not going to really develop that quickly either with 9 determination, 5 work rate. Can't see a pass. David O'Brien, I'm not too excited by David, I'll be honest. If I'm wrong, do let me know, but I don't think David's going to be much in the future. No, I'm sorry. I was going to say no offense, but full offense intended. Maybe motivate him to be better. Graham Keegan. Okay. Graham Keegan. Okay, I mean, low determination. That's a bit stinky. That's a bit annoying. 3 determination. 7 work rate. 5 tackling is a bit poor, but I think we found a next deep line playmaker of 12 passing, 9 vision. That's good. Bravery, anticipation, aggression is also good. For 5 or 10 player, 11 jump reach is actually not bad. Strength 4, so he's not going to be a dominant, like, Vieira-esque player, but maybe a Paolo, a Xavi Alonso type, maybe. The poor man's version, of course. Republic of Ireland, so it's also nice to see Kieran Oggy's countryman coming through the youth academy. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy, even with the 6 dribbling is above average for his position. And he's 16, okay. I'm surprised he wasn't touted to be our diamond in the rough from the youth academy. I mean, we haven't seen Baptiste. I mean, Baptiste blows him out the water despite having less kind ability on paper, but and he's got good technique as well. I think he might be a little Xavi Alonso, Graham Keegan. I'm excited. Worried about how he develops, though. Maybe we need to put him into a mentoring group with all just high determination players, see if they rub on him. Now, Kyle Baptiste, the diamond of the rough, the last player we'll look at today, and for the until next season, really. So we need him to be half decent. Okay, I mean, physicals are smelly, no pace. He accelerates, but then just doesn't get anywhere. Poor long shots. Passing's good, but already got a Xavi Alonso. He's not even as good with 5 vision. He's flary. He'll do some skills. He'll do a Rabona cross. Not very well with 2 crossing. So he is determined, so that might he might develop. Personal and ambitious personality. He's not. I mean, it's bad, but it's not the worst. Maybe a cam. Maybe an attacking midfielder. That's actually disappointing. I think Keegan should have been the best player, and I mean, in my humble opinion, I think Keegan is the best player for the youth academy, and I think that's everyone. On a whole, I don't know if I just had high expectations because we had such a good player come from the last one that maybe my hopes were too high. In the end, we did get tall players at the front and the back. Some will definitely not make it in any capacity. They'll not ever become professional footballers, but maybe 1 or 2. Keegan, have high hopes for him, but there we go. That's the youth academy for this season. So yeah, next we're going to do the season review, but before we get there, please let me know your opinions on the footballers that we got coming for youth academy. Who do you think is the best? Who do you think is the worst? Who do you think, like, if you have any, maybe you spotted something I didn't do, let me know. Maybe you want maybe you think a certain player could do better in a different position, and yeah, just help me out, please, because this looks pretty rough on a whole. If you have any advice for this type of save, please let me know. But yeah, I'll see you in the season review now. So for the season review, I feel like it makes the most sense to start on the season review screen, which I don't know why I didn't do last season. I guess I just forgot, because it comes in your mail very late, and I was already simming to begin next season. But yeah, this is the season review for this season. Apologies for not having it there last season. Also, welcome to all the new viewers and subscribers. We've actually taken off a bit of the channel, if I do say so myself. We're 110 subscribers as the time of this recording, so thank you very much for everyone who subscribed and is here and made it this far in the video. So yeah, our final position, as you can see on the left hand side, was 15th. I will show you how the game progressed, like the matches, how we progressed in the league, if we did well beginning, and how it went. But we finished 15. I think that's a 1 position improvement from last season, which is good to see. However, we did something special in a different competition. I'll show you very soon. So teams to go down for those interested: Peterborough Sports, Baintree, Hitchin and Basford. Whitby still predicted to finish bottom, but we are hanging on. As you can see with the Youth Academy, it was a bit Yeah, so I don't know how I'll do next season, but some players have actually developed, which I'll show you at the end. So in the English FA Cup, we got knocked out fairly quickly in the first round, but in the English FA Trophy, we made it to the final, and unfortunately we lost. We lost to Southend United 2-0. It was a close game-ish. They are in the league above, unless they're in the National North. No, they were first in the league above, so they done the double in their league, which is a shame. But it was good for money, attendances, and trophy money, and hopefully, I mean, the reason. We'll go into that when we cover the player that was the main reason we got this far. I'll show you the results that got us there. But first, let's get through all these screens. So the biggest win, 3-0 against Blythe. You can see we're not the greatest goal-scoring team. Then we played Vanham National. The match to remember, apparently, is Whitby versus Hitchin. We had 2 players sent off. White, our first homosexual footballer, again sent off, which was a bit annoying, but we did win. Goal of the season was actually, I don't know, McCourt, Whitby, Central. Okay, let's see this free kick. McCourt in the 39th minute, real quick. 39th minute free kick. Well, I hate when free kicks are goal of the seasons because they don't look that great in the engine, and like, yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool actually. That one was pretty good. It actually curved in the top corner. That was a good looking free kick. I'll give McCourt that. In all fairness, finances, our reputation I feel like surely must have increased a little bit over due to the fact that due to the cup run. I think surely to some capacity it must have. Cup money, like it just all, except for sponsorships, actually just the same, which is expected. Broadcasting, I guess, for the cup run gone up. Corporates, competition money, obviously that's going to go up, and matchday retail went up by 30k, probably again more games played to the cup run. And then if we look at shirt sales, Bacon, McCourt, Jermaine Tansey, White and Price. Bacon, number one, the number one selling Bacon. The reason is he was the reason we did this far into the cup competitions. If we have a look how we lined up, we did change formation where I was playing a 4-2-2. Because I like playing on FIFA, and I thought maybe I can create a tactic on Football Manager to replicate what I do on FIFA, and it kind of worked for a little bit. But then I thought the 4-2-3, because Mikhail, he's a terrible striker, so I thought 4-2-3-1 would be a better formation in the end, and it got us to the finals of the FA Trophy and 16th or 15th in the league. So I'm not going to complain. Real quick, then player awards. Fans play of the season, Morgan Bacon, as you expect. Young player of the season, Jack Price. That is surprising. I thought it would be Jermaine Tansey, but he is a top goal scorer. 23 goals for a 16-year-old. He began the season at 16. Goal of the season, Jack McCourt. Yeah, we've seen that. Most assists, Jack Price. Oh, okay, that makes sense. 10 assists. Most players of the match award, Morgan Bacon for his penalty antics, which are very impressive. A bit of like Jerzy Dudek he used to do for Liverpool in the Champions League final. The Dudek dance was saving all the penalties. Highest average rating, Morgan Bacon again, and passes Isaac Duncan. Record breakers, I always like a good record breaker. Jack McCourt. Oldest goal scorer, oldest player, Jack McCourt, 29. Most league goals by a player, Callum McHale. He's extending his tally. He scored a couple. He had a game, I think he had 2 games where he scored back-to-back hat-tricks, and I thought maybe this is the resurgence of Callum McHale. But it was just those 2 games, and then he didn't score again for like 2 months, which is annoying. Yeah, that was already, we've seen that. Clean sheets, Morgan Bacon. I think he's going to hold this record for a very long time. Most assists by player, yeah, Jack Price with 10. Goals in the league match, he did score a hat-trick, Jermaine Tansey, but so did McHale, but they gave it to, I think he scored his hat-trick first, and then most goals in the match again is Tansey with 3. Hopefully we can break that record in the future. Any competition awards? No. Oggy did not win any manager of the month, which is a bit unfortunate. And then history in the making. Yeah, I think it was a pretty successful season on the whole. And there we go, that's the season review. Now, if we look at our schedule, and we look at the FA Trophy, is there a way to filter FA Trophy? How it went. So first game is, yeah, this is the, first game, it goes 1-1, and we win on penalties. And it's not, it doesn't show you how many saves, but I think he made 1 save. on pens, unless I can't see it anywhere, but if you can, good for you. Then again, next round, 1-1 again. We win on penalties again against Altrincham Stevenage. 0 on penalties, and we win 6. I remember this one, 6-5 on penalties, 100%. And Morgan Bacon saved it again. As you can see, 8.5 in this game, 7.7 in this one, 7.6 in this one. Then the next game, I don't know if you've ever seen anything like this, where it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games went to pens, and we won all of them on pens. Next one's 2-2 against Gainsborough. On penalties, we win again. Morgan actually had a poor performance in general. The goals were his fault, but he still saved a pen to get us to win. Then Aldershot, 1-1, went to pens, and Morgan Bacon again saving one to get us through 7.6 player rating in that game. FA Trophy semi-final, we actually did get through. Morgan Bacon had a great performance that game, 7.8, keeping a clean sheet. Luckily didn't have to take it to penalties. We beat Yeovil 1-0, and we got to the final, unfortunately. Southend, top of the Varro National, they're going to be a Football League club. They've done the double. I don't think we ever stood a chance in that game. Even more, the glorious Morgan Bacon, the crispiest of all the Bacons, couldn't save us in that game, unfortunately. And that was our FA Cup run. If we have a quick look at past position, so you can see the chart, how we did. Consistently average. I think there was one point when we were 19th. Yeah, we lost 4-0 on the opening day. We were 19th in the league, and yeah, we were just consistently mid-table to below mid-table to lower half the mid-table. But never in the relegation spots, which is still, I think, a great achievement with the cup especially. And now, if we look at our squad, see if we can pick out. Oh, also, a real quick club info. Morgan Bacon is favourite person. I think for that performance, that cup run itself, he should be an icon. But I wouldn't be surprised if he finishes his career as a Whitby Town legend. Now, if we go into the squad, who had great performances? Average rating. Morgan Bacon, of course, on average is going to be the best. He had a bit of surge in his player current ability, and then he dropped off because we haven't played a game in like 2 weeks. After the season ended, we had the cup, and then nothing else. Gabriel Hall, smelly. He didn't improve at all. I don't think Jack Price did. Fielding, he is from the youth academy. He actually did develop since he got put in a team, which is always good to see. He's growing. He's progressing. He's been okay. 6 assists, 3 goals, playing as a rotation option for Price. Duncan, no, he just went up and down a bit of a roller coaster. Jermaine Tansey, now this one hurts a little bit, as he did score all them goals, and we did offer him a professional contract now, but it was really annoying because his personality was temperamental. I put him in the mentoring group. Now he's slack, which I don't know if that's better or worse. I don't think, luckily, he hasn't decreased terribly as a footballer, and he actually has improved in the last couple of months. But when you're 16, 17, I think it's your training performances or your training rating that determines how well how quickly you improve. And then from 18 to, I don't know, 24, it's about in-game performances. And yeah, whenever I would criticize, he would get like a 5.7 training or a 4.7, and I'll tell him like, this is not good. He will start a fight with me every time, which would ruin his morale. And basically, I could not criticize him or fine him or anything because he'd always just be angry. I'll never help him. I tried to boost determination. Now it's going up by itself, but when I try to fine him, sometimes it can. But it didn't with Jermaine, which is very annoying. And I hope it doesn't stunt his growth. I mean, 20 goals at 16 with 7 assists in the Vanarama National South. Very impressive. He's still here. He has a 2-year contract with an optional extension. Let's just hope he improves. And then training focus should be attacking movement. I put him on. I want higher composure. He scores the goals, but if we can take him a bit higher, he needs a bit more composure. So that's Jermaine Tansey. Hopefully he can recover, and it won't affect him too much. The lack of development between 16 to 17. McCourt, still best player at the club, had a bit of a regression in current ability, but still the baller that he's always been, playing in multiple positions and roles, but he does them well. Garwood, he's actually been one of our most improved players, as you can see in the progression. This is always where I look, see how they do it, and he's always on the rise. He is our ball-winning midfielder. I remember Youth Academy when he came through, we didn't know what to do with him. He wasn't quick enough to be a centre-back. We weren't utilising a ball-winning midfielder at the time. Now, though, he fits our team perfectly. He is a bit injury prone, but he hasn't had a major injury as of now. And yeah, that's Garwood. Apologies for the quick edit that I did. I received a phone call, so I just had to pick it up real quick. But next player to look at is Emil Hanses, and I think he would be Rookie of the Year. I think we should do it every year, where I pick the best young player of the year. Some would argue should have been Jermaine Tansey, but I think he's the best developing player. As you can see, it's just an incline. And he was scaring me because he wasn't really developing at all. And he doesn't have the worst determination nor work rate, so I thought he should be. And now he's finally picked it up. He's improved from a 2-star to a 2.5. But I feel like he was 1.5 in the beginning. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong. But he's also grew 2 inches. He's 5'5", which, you know, it's the 2 inches is a lot. And yeah, he's been playing cam for us. In the most recent formation change, he was also one stage playing as a deep line playmaker. But I think Cam, if we just develop his dribbling maybe a little bit and a little bit of passing, he might be a decent Cam. He makes the right decisions. It's just getting him there. Hopefully, eventually we get a better Cam, but Emil Hanses might do just for now. Next, we have Berhard Adli. He's been a disappointment. Like, on paper, one of our best players on the pitch, one of our worst players, gets molested in the air every time. If they have a tall winger or a tall striker, it's raps for Berhard Adli. We lost many goals, conceded many goals because of him. McKinley, zigzag of a player when it comes to his progress. I think he's lost a bit of pace now as well, which is very disappointing. He's not developing the way I hoped he would. He's only 16. We'll see how he does next season, but yeah, it's not looking good for McKinley. Performance-wise, I don't even remember. No, he's been a bit mid performances. He was moving up and down between the two squads. Now he's ended up in our senior squad. Barnes, he's actually improved. And his potential's actually increased. It was 3-star potential. Now he's 4. So it's that. Wilfred Owens just came in. I renamed him Wilfred Owens after the subscriber and frequent commenter on every single video, Wilfred Owens. So shout out to you. Pirlo/Xavi Alonso type deep line playmaker. He's been named after you. So there you go. Also, there is another commenter, Luke Wilmot. I will name a player after you. It's just when we actually get a good one. Well, I mean, Keegan, Wilfred Owens was a decent one, but yeah, I did tell him I'll give them one before you. But next one, that's yours. Next, we have Christie. He's just come in. Equimene, he's been here for a bit. He has actually improved a little bit. He's a star, a gold star now, 1 single star. 3 tackle at centre back. It was scary. We just needed some height, and he can jump. And he stands in the right place, and he's not been terrible. I thought he would get destroyed, but he's been okay. Mitchell has actually had a bit of improvement, which is good to see. 20 years old still, so he will improve for a couple more years, which I'm excited by. 10 crossing at fullback, yes please. Mikhail, yeah, he's been doing okay, and then just now steady decline. He had that game, like I said, where he scored a bit under half of his goals in 2 games with 2 hat-tricks, and then done nothing for the rest. Bit of a disappointing season, seeing as last season he did so well. That's Mikhail. And then to finish it off, White. I showed you him in the beginning of the episode, and his progress has been poor. His season has been poor, and we might keep him just for the fact that he is our first gay player, but I don't see him being a great footballer. And I think that is everything, as we haven't had any improvements. I am still asking every available moment for increased new facilities, training and recruitment, all that stuff. Yeah, we haven't won anything this season, but we did what we were supposed to do, and that's all we can take out of it. Financially, we're doing pretty well with 451,000 in the bank. And yeah, I think that is everything. So I'd like to thank you very much for tuning in. If you made it this far into the video, you've clearly enjoyed it in some capacity, so please do leave a like. Do subscribe so you don't miss the next youth intake in the next season to see how we do in the future. And yes, let's just see if we can take Whitby to the Premier League or even further. If not, you'll be there to see it. So yeah, I hope to see you in the next one, and bye.